It's about a half an hour until the New York Wool and Sheep Festival opens up, and I thought I'd give you a quick look around. Right now, we're in one of the small sheep areas. There's a lot of these scattered throughout the festival. Up ahead, we've got one of the auction areas. A bunch of mostly spinning wheels, but there's a few other things I noticed. There's a ton of buildings here. Down that way, there's a bunch more permanent buildings, and here is sort of where the animals usually go during their biggest fairs, but they convert a lot of them into areas for vendors during this festival. Let's go pick one of these. Oh, that's sheep again. Ooh, they want attention. Let's go down this one. This is new this year. They have a lot more outdoor vendors. So people have, I think you get a tent if you pick an outdoor area this year. So just tons and tons of yarn and fiber related products at this festival. And then all sorts of other ancillary items. Oh. Uh-oh. Love the llamas. I think that's a llama. Oh, my wife would be mad if I couldn't tell the difference between a llama and alpaca. As you guys know, we've got two llamas. They're just pets. I think we often call them pasture potatoes, just because they sit around and eat our hay, and they're just pets for us, which we love. You can see there's a lot more spacing this year. We'll see how that goes. I don't really know how that'll end up working. And over here, building 31, this is where I am. So there's a lot of good vendors in here. I've talked to several of them already. It's pretty interesting. This is one of my favorite parts, getting feedback. I think my favorite part, though, is talking to all the people who come to my booth and sort of getting feedback and ideas for future products and ways to improve my existing products. So this is how we'll be set up. So now it's the morning of the second day at Rhinebeck, and I thought I'd just walk around a little bit and give my thoughts on the first day. So, as a lot of you know, I don't have much inventory right now, and I definitely sold out. In fact, I sold out by about lunchtime on my electric eel wheel 6s. So, it was pretty hectic in the morning, but that was really great. I mean, I haven't been to a festival in 2 years, and getting out and interacting with people was really amazing. Something that I love doing. I get lots of great ideas. I also think it's great to talk to a bunch of the vendors, and while I'm doing that, they give me lots of feedback on business type items that I normally don't consider. I mean, I'm an engineer at heart, so I would probably spend all of my time just working on the engineering side of my products and not getting out there and marketing things, but talking to a lot of these people, they really sort of broaden my scope, and I do love learning, so I've definitely garnered a lot of gems from the people at this festival, and there's a couple of people that have really stepped out and offered to help me a lot going forward, which is just super useful from that aspect. Most of the people... Hey! Okay, so I'm back now, and I'm not exactly sure where I was at. I think I was talking about different vendors and how they're sort of helping me out and sort of understanding the business side of things. So most of the people here, I would say, do a lot of their sales through shows, but I'm definitely doing the vast majority of my sales in direct to customer on my website. And then I've got a wholesale market, which is probably number 2, and then a distant third is what I sell in festivals. But that's partly because I only do 2 festivals a year, this one at Rhinebeck, New York, and then one in Springfield just because it's close to my house. So it's been sort of eye-opening to people who sort of really prioritize these shows. And it makes me think, like, I don't think I have time to do it myself just because of myself. I'm the engineer, right? I like to build and design the new products and work on the prototypes, but the people at these shows are really focused on developing these booths and optimizing their skills in that area. And maybe someday I'll partner with someone who really is passionate about the electric eel wheel and wants to go around and attend these kinds of shows, but it's hard work. That's something else. Like every time I go to one of these, my feet are sore, my voice is sort of worn out by the end of the day. It's totally different kind of work than, sitting in my workshop and soldering circuit boards and working on prototypes, doing a lot of computer work like I do. That's sort of what I spend the majority of every day at. It's a totally different kind of work that you got to do, and it's hard work. So it's something I'll think about. I definitely am not going to rush into anything here and try to expand my business in this area, but I think that it's definitely got some potential of, doing something interesting with all of that. My booth is also probably the most basic of any booth I see at these festivals, so it's just kind of makes me think I should put a little more effort into that side of the design as well. Kind of like I put a lot of iterations on my products, I should probably do a bunch of iterations in my garage at the booth, try to figure out what's going to work the best there. Let's see, I think there's some animal barns here. I'll try to find one of those to go down. But I think the festival is opening in like 40 minutes, so a lot of the vendors are here by now. And to get back to my booth pretty soon. Here's one with some animals. Ooh, there's a cutie pie sheep. But I'm sure as you see me walking by the different booths, it's been pretty eye-opening how many different things are here. Just a variety at this festival is sort of amazing. This is definitely one of the bigger festivals here in probably the whole East Coast. I'd say that this New York Wool and Sheep Festival and Maryland are probably the biggest two. I've heard that Staff is really large too. They're all in the fall time. Got to find some in the spring if I'm going to start doing more festivals. But I'm really not sure about that. Like I said, I really like focusing on the building of the products and online sales. Honestly, like online sales are so much easier. You have to work so hard at these festivals in order to make these sales. But it's definitely worth it. I get all this feedback, and it really is fun talking to the people who come and see my booth and the vendors. Like, everybody's so helpful. This fiber community is pretty awesome. But I'm back at my booth, and we'll be opening pretty soon, my sold out booth. So hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.